it's time to talk about something that we really, really talk about in this parts. Let's talk about calling on the show this morning. And let's talk about the trailblazers. When you talk about calling, when you talk about Nigeria, there are two names that comes to mind, and we'll get to speak with them this morning. Nigerian callers Tijani and Susanna Cole. Of course, they will be joining us via Skype. Of course, there you have it. Good morning, guys. It's good to have you join us on the show this morning.
Morning.
All right, you guys are currently in Austria. You're participating in the Winter World Masters Games in Austria. Let me just ask you, how is it going?
It's going pretty well, pretty well. We've been recovering from some injuries, but we are giving it a strong go, and we're performing well.
Okay, I'm also here with my colleague Cecilia Omoro, which is also going to be asking you some interesting questions. But let me just quickly throw this one in before she, put in the questions she want to ask you. You guys are seeking accumulating points ahead of the 2022 Winter Olympic Games, and I also hear that you'll be up against some countries who have sent in some very, very strong candidates. So share with us your thoughts ahead of this big moment.
Well, we have a phrase and a saying here that our coach taught us. He said, "You win or you learn." And so as we face some of the world's best curlers, we're learning a lot, and we're doing our best to gain the skills and to get the points for the next 2 years so we can represent our country at the Olympics.
I mean, this is actually a remarkable feat because you guys will become, the very first African nation to compete in a tournament like this, which is really big. And of course, earlier last year, you made history becoming the first African to also win a tournament on ice, which is a game on ice when you were able to beat France in that 8-3 win. Now, this is going to be huge because you're having countries like Russia, Germany, Austria, and of course, United States. That's the group you're in. How difficult will this be?
It'd be quite difficult. Most of the folks that we face are very experienced. They've had 10, 20 years of curling behind them. But we've been training very, very hard. Happy birthday to Henrietta Daniel. She's our Secretary General and a big support to the team. But we're training hard.
Okay, Susanna, let me come to you. I mean, TJ Cole actually mentioned injuries and all that. Can you tell us more about that? What really happened?
I had a problem with my right knee for years, and I had a procedure done 2 weeks ago. So I've had to use a brace so I can curl the proper way. I have to use a stick. But it's healing.
Okay, we're happy about that. Okay, it's feeling good.
All right. Still talking about the games, but I want to digress a little. I'm going to ask you this. I'm very sure you probably have been asked this question a couple of times. How does it feel pairing up with being a partner to somebody who's actually your partner in real life? How does it feel sharing that moment on the court? How does it feel, having someone who it's always with you, who's your partner, having that person being your partner and you participate in the sports together?
Go ahead.
It's I think it's easier because I can be myself. As if it was someone else, I could be my best. But with him, I can be myself.
And it takes a lot of communication. I think that what we have learned as a couple is that the communication you have to have at a high level of communication translates into your civilian life. It's improved our communication at home as well.
All right, let me just also throw this in. And what's your goal in this competition? Was the highest that you are aspiring for going into this Winter World Masters game? Was the point, was what you can get and come back and say, yes, this is the highest we could ever get?
Well, to win the tournament would be the highest that we can get. We're trying hard to accumulate points so that we qualify in 2 years for the Olympics. So our biggest goal, our immediate goal is to win as many matches as possible, to accumulate points, and to try to keep healthy, and so that we can continue through the season.
Okay.
Okay.
That's a good one. What will be, how will you, if you're able to win 1 or 2 games, will it be a success for you guys?
Yes, big one.
And we've seen that we have Russia, Germany, Austria, and Switzerland. And you mentioned earlier that these are countries that have like 22 years or more than experience in the field. How do you intend to approach this before I let you go finally?
I'm going to get them mentally. No, I'm just kidding. We just go out there and we try really hard. The biggest thing about curling is execution, is really putting the rock where you need to put it. And so we've been really trying to focus on that. When you play teams like Russia, U.S., Canada, Sweden, they don't miss many shots at all. So we have to be at that same level. And that's great for us because we're facing the best.
All right. Before we let you go quickly, a lot of people are looking at you, a couple doing this game together. So just some words in a few seconds. Words of encouragement for people who are trying to achieve this. Maybe not as a couple, maybe just as individuals, but who want to compete in a unique sport like yours.
Yeah, we encourage all Nigerians to come out to our clinics that we've been having throughout the country. And learn the sport. We do it on dry curling. We want all sponsors to try to help us get our kid team. We have juniors who need to get to ice country to practice. And so we're looking for sponsors to get the kids from Lagos, Onitsha, to Canada this summer for training. So with that, the sport will grow. Everyone in Nigeria will know it, and we will have future Olympic gold medalists in training.
All right, that's very good. Okay, Tijani and Susan Okolo, I want to thank you for your time on the show this morning. You've been listening to Nigerian callers right there in Austria. They're competing in the Winter World Masters Games in Austria. That's what they're doing. And, of course, they're hoping to make history for Nigeria.